Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be taking this Blender file and I'm going to be speed running and converting it into a portfolio website as fast as I can. So the model is actually from this course over here by Grant Ebbett, who's a very popular Blender YouTuber. So before I get started, some quick rules that you can pause and read if you want to. I do want to say that I do want to do more of these speedruns. So if you have a tutorial that you want to see converted into a 3D website, or if you have your own project and you want to see it converted into a 3D website, you can fill out the form below or drop a comment or so on and so forth. If you're completely new to creating three.js portfolios with Blender and this baking workflow, you can watch this video. I go step by step, a lot slower, and I don't take as many shortcuts. So without further ado, let's get straight into the speedrun. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, the first thing I want to do is optimize, and in order to optimize, I need to convert everything into a mesh. So let's just do convert to mesh right there. Actually, there are times where you don't want to, sorry, I'm getting issues. The two objects, not, let's just make instances real just in case. And let's also make objects and data, make single user, also just to make sure. And let's do mesh again. Stem issue, and it's because of the lightings, obviously. So I probably should have disabled that selection. But there are times when maybe you want to delete something like the bottom of a face with an array modifier beforehand. But in this case, I guess it just really depends. Sorry, whoops. I know this has like a bottom face that I want to delete, and no one will ever see that. So let's go into edit mode, and I'm just gonna box select. Box select all of them, and let's go into shift to select this, and face select shift G select similar normal, and just like increase this a lot. That way it'll select everything on the bottom. So I think by default it starts at like 0.5, but because I was modeling in the scene, it already went up. So I can just delete those faces, which is really, really nice. Cool, just like that. And oh, sorry, now that I mention it, I guess if we look at the bottom, so let's just do hit I to inset this a little bit. Cool, this is a little bit funky, but it's fine because no one will ever see it. And hopefully that went deep enough. Yeah, I think it went deep enough. Maybe some of the other islands aren't even, but that's totally fine. Next thing I want to do is get rid of some intersections on the rocks and things like that. So let's see. Because these are empty, yeah, they're not filled. What we have to do is join them together. I mean, fill them on the top. So you can use the Boolean modifier if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. You can also use the join, so Control J method as well, to self-intersect. And now what we have to do is fill those up. Now it doesn't matter if you select the lights when you do Control J. It's not. It shows that it's selected, but don't worry, it won't join with the mesh. Just hit F to fill that up. Now what we can do is hit A to select everything and come into intersect a Boolean over here. Let's go union and do self-intersect. And now the insides of the rock should be gone. Good, great. Let's go out of local view. Actually, now what we can do is select this. Should select similar normal. Oh no, select the rocks too. So let's just select this. We could also do Shift G select similar area, and that would probably work as well. And just increase that, but whatever. It's easier just to self-select. So now I think what I'm gonna do is just join all these bases together to create my first texture set. Control J. Doesn't really matter. And I think by intuition, let me create a new collection here and just call it first. By intuition, I think we only need one 4K texture for the entire thing. I'm gonna hit period to jump select here, but I'm still gonna do 3 anyway, just in case. And yeah, so let me turn on face orientation just to make sure that everything is fine. So these, let's see, these are back faced, so these are fine because I don't really care about what it looks like on that side. So I'm just gonna extrude these. Control L and Alt N and flip. Cool, and also these as well. So let me go into edit mode. Let's go like there. L L L Alt N flip. Oh, I flipped the top. Let's undo Alt and recalculate outside. Okay, cool. That works for us. That way we don't have to deal with that. Cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna go with 3, not because I need 3. It's just because I don't want to risk it. From my intuition, I feel like 2 is enough, but whatever. So I could. Oh, okay, now joining together it flips normal sometimes. So let's just do L L L L L. And you can also just shift select and then do Control L like that, and just do Alt and flip. Cool. So that's will be our second. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying, but you know, it's okay. This is just a speedrun video. Let's do second. Cool, and let me just hide that, and I'm just gonna hit A to select everything. Again, it doesn't matter if you select the lights. Control J, and this will be third. So period key. Well, sorry. Let's make a new collection and call this third. create, and I'm just going to, yeah, so let's unhide those. And now what I can do is just shift select all the items. Let's go into edit mode and let's just do the same thing we did earlier, intersect boolean. So it was originally 6,000 and now it's 14,000. So this actually did, it wasn't right because there's probably a bunch of empty stuff. So we can just live without that. But what we can do is what I should have done originally is merge by distance at a really, really low value to get rid of overlap. So I removed 25, cool. And now I think we are good to go start baking. So I'm going to go hit N and go into my one-shot baking add-on over here. So let's go into one-shot baking. So this is a new add-on. Don't worry, I will show you all the features once it's polished up and make a separate video. And I'm going to select my collections here with control, add selected, and of course it only does one, so that's a bug that I need to fix. It'll add a UV map for me. I don't care about unwrap margin cut, so I'm going to pack with UV master and it'll update the margin. I'm going for 4K, so 32 pixels. I don't care about precision or heuristic search. I usually do, but not for this video. And 4096, cool. This is also an error. I need to be able to quickly adjust that rather than manually typing both at the same time. We want to change to combined samples. That's a bit low. 64 or 128 is usually enough. 120 is usually more than enough. But if you're really dark, maybe you go higher. GPU, of course, yeah, duplicate, untick, cool. I'm just going to select this folder. Why not? Compress to WebP, and I'm going to keep it at maybe like 90. Let's do 90% optimization instead of PNG. And let's see, I think that is good to go. So I'm just going to look one last time. And, oh, sorry, I should apply my scale before we get unwrapped. And yeah, so I think everything is good to go. I'm just going to hit A and one-shot bake. Cool. I don't know why I hit A, because it doesn't really matter because it's by collection. So now we just wait for the timer. Now my computer is really lagging, including the timer, because my GPU is like frame lagging, but we'll see. And so because we're waiting to bake, I just want to talk about some other things that I guess I said. I don't actually remember what I said, but yeah, this is a new add-on that I've been working on, and I hope to either put it part of, let's see, my other add-on, my asset prep one, and I also want to talk about but this is kind of bloated already, but we'll see. I also want to talk about my asset reloader add-on that is hooked up to my VS Code project that will automatically, on click of Shift E, will export my stuff and load it in the browser. So that will be when the speedrun part ends. Everything else will kind of just be like tips and tricks. I just want to see how fast I can go. Cool, so it just finished baking, and let me go into rendered view and take a look. Wow, would you look at that? It's looking pretty good. So I see some issues along the seams. I see black lines, which means I messed up, and yeah, I did not denoise the render. Oh my gosh, that's tragic. It's a Blender bug. It's been for years. And let me just bake again. Whoops, this is bad for my speedrun, but whatever. Oh, sorry, what I should do though is delete these stuff first. Sorry, let me cancel. Oh no, this is tragic. I am just gonna close my Blender and restart. I'm just gonna save and restart. Oh no, this is tragic. Let me open Blender 5.2 real quick. Oh my god, this is terrible. It's okay. And we shouldn't need to delete the stuff, so let me just check these again. And this time, let's just make sure, okay, it's off, and let's just one-shot bake again. Cool, so let's see, it's done. Great, it's done. Now here you can see I messed up over here, so it's probably be full black. Oh, it's not black. Oh, because it showed inwards towards the mission, so it's not that bad. But yeah, I guess I forgot to intersect it as well, which is why there's a black center here, because it's overlapping. So I guess that's more of an issue. Oh, I guess the inside one is fine, so I guess you can just pull that out, which is also fine. If you want it the other way, I guess what I can do is I'll probably select this face, and let's just create a UV editor just to fix it. Where is this one? We can just like period key jump to it. Cool. And where is this one? It's probably nearby, right? Or I guess I can just make it smaller and move it to the lighter area. No one will notice either. And yeah, now we got rid of that black thing. Okay, so Yeah, I think it looks good. There's no the black lines along the seams anymore. Of course, there are probably some issues here and there, but not too noticeable. Okay, so that should be good. And what I'm gonna do is now go to my asset reloader over here and open to my my speedrun project. So let me come over here, and what I'm gonna do is just right click somewhere over here, and I'll just do reveal in File Explorer, and I'm just gonna copy this over here and place it in my speedrun over here. And cool. And the only ones that I want to export are first, second, and third. So I'm going to uncheck all of them and just do, oh, sorry, first bake, second baked, and third baked, just like that. Cool. And we should just be able to do Shift E, and it should upload to my thing over here, 5173, just to check it out. And here you can see that it is hot module reloaded in here. Cool. So it's already uploaded. So now what I can do is probably just come over here and just basically shift select some stuff. And I want to give this some interactivity. So I'm just going to select that, Control L, just to select all of it. Cool, P separated by selection. And same with this sign over here. I'm going to shift select that, Control L, and P separated by selection. Select both of these, Q and origin to geometry, which is my quick view. I guess I don't really like that the pivot's there, so I'm going to Control period and just GXX, just move it somewhere here, Control period. This one's fine, it just happens to be around there, so I guess I'm okay with that. Cool. So now I'm gonna hit Control Spacebar and period key just to jump to it. Let's see. I'll just call this Raycaster work, and I guess I'll call this Raycaster about. Raycaster about. Cool. Um, and yeah, I guess we can add some other interactivity here. So I'm going to probably select this, Control L, P separated by selection. Let's go into local view here and just select the top over here, Shift S cursor to selected, Q origin to 3D cursor. Cool. Now it swings from over here. But we can always come back and add interactivity later. Cool. So what I need to do is the renaming doesn't rename here, so I'm going to go into my asset prep tools, and I'm just going to hit A, and I'm going to propagate object names to mesh data, and then you can see it'll propagate to the mesh data. Sometimes three.js will not recognize it unless the mesh data name is also like that. Cool. So we can just do Shift E, and it'll re-export into my code here, and now I have Claude code over here as well. So now I can just say on click of my mesh named Raycaster about and Raycaster work, Raycaster about and Raycaster do, and I'll just probably just skip this in the video, just like that. Cool, so it just finished, and I noticed an error here. So it shows about me, and it shows work as well. Now the issue here is I did not separate the K, which is fine because I have a good outline over here. I can go over here, just Control L and P separate by selection, and just join it back over here. And if I hit do Shift E again, it should re-export, and it will refresh my page over here. Cool. It should do the auto reload over here. Cool. And let me just go back and let's just click my work. And yeah, now you can see it works over there. Yeah, so I just paused the timer because I didn't want to hit the 20-minute mark. I was considering doing the full experience in this video, but I feel like we got the general workflow out. So if I Control Shift I, let's just take a look at the fruits of our labor. Let's go to network, Control Shift R just to refresh. Now this won't show you everything accurately because it's not built out. Yeah, three.js examples is huge. I will just look at my GLB files. Oh, it exported 3 GLBs. Oh, that is a mistake. I need to fix that. Yeah, so that's also something with my hot reloader that I probably need to fix. So I think what I need to do is for each baked. Oh, I made this separate because I called that a lamp. I was going to add interactivity to that, but I guess I'll do it off camera. So let's just move all these into a new collection, and I'll just call it for export. Cool. Now let's go back to my asset relator, and we would just do for export, and it should just be 1 GLB. Three GLBs is fine, but I don't think in this situation we need to do that. Cool, and now we just have 3. Well, this is 3 megabytes is still kind of large. I don't know if I have Draco export or compression on it, but it's totally okay. Oh, I don't. So that's also why it's probably too big. And we can probably just do Shift E again. Shift E just one more time. Cool, it's just gonna lag. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else is just a prompt away. Yeah, so now you can see it's smaller. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the video. Again, if you want to see a Blender tutorial converted into a 3D website, just let me know. Or you can send over your project and I'll see if it makes into a video and we can convert it into a website. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I hope to see you in my next video. Peace out. Take care. Bye.